At Easter, my mother looked me in the eyes and said, "Sorry, I think you have the wrong house." Minutes later, my brother forgot to hang up the phone, so I canceled the rent, blocked my cards, and by sunrise, they had nowhere to live. My mother looked me dead in the eye and said, "You have the wrong house." Then she shut the door in my face. The porch light buzzed above me, flickering like it might die at any second. Behind that door, I heard forks clinking against china, glasses being refilled, easy laughter rolling through the hallway. My sister Renata's voice cut through clearest of all, warm and light, like I'd never existed at all. I stood there in the cold, holding a folder. Not flowers, not wine, a folder. 6 weeks of work was inside it. I'd found them a new place. Smaller, safer, closer to Dad's cardiologist. I'd walked through a dozen listings after work, negotiated the deposit down myself, picked out paint colors that would make my mother's arthritis-swollen hands feel steadier turning doorknobs. I did all of it quietly, because that's who I am in this family. The quiet one. The one who fixes things and never gets thanked for it. I didn't knock again. My throat felt tight and my eyes stung, but I didn't cry. I just turned and walked back to my car in the dark. That's when my phone rang. Renata's number. I answered. Nobody said hello. They'd butt-dialed me. Nobody hung up. I heard Renata first. Low and mean. Is she finally gone? Or is she still crying on the porch? Then my mother, laughing. She left, and even if she pays for everything, that doesn't make her family. I didn't say a word. I just listened until the call dropped. Something in my chest went ice cold. Not sad, calm. The kind of calm that comes right before a decision you can't take back. By morning, I had 41 missed calls and a screen full of frantic messages from numbers I didn't even recognize. My mother's voicemail was frantic, her words tumbling over each other in a panic. Not about me, about a bounced rent payment. She needed it fixed before the bank opened. And she said it 3 times like repeating it might change the outcome. She never once asked if I was okay, because at 6 a.m. I'd already logged into my bank and canceled the automatic transfer, the one that had covered their rent for 2 years. I made coffee. I opened the folder again. The lease sat right on top, still in my name, because I'd planned to hand it to them at dinner as a surprise. Now it felt like evidence. I called the leasing office first, told them I wanted my parents removed from the new lease entirely, done in 10 minutes. Then I called Mr. Halloran, the landlord at their current house. "I won't be covering rent or utilities going forward," I told him, my voice steadier than I expected. He went quiet for a long moment. I could hear him breathing on the other end. Then he said something that knocked the air clean out of me. "Then your sister can't stay either. She tried adding her name to this lease last year. Got denied flat out. She's got a lien against her from some old business deal gone bad. 6 figures, if I remember right. I figured you knew, being the one who handles everything. I didn't know. I'd never known. But suddenly the porch made perfect, sickening sense. They didn't want me inside that dinner. They wanted me outside it, paying, silent, invisible, while they decided who got to live in the life I was building for them. My aunt called an hour later, sermon-voiced, telling me family doesn't abandon family, that blood means something, that I'd regret this when I was older and alone. She didn't ask what they'd done to me. Nobody ever did. In my family, the truth was always the last thing anyone wanted to hear. It was easier to blame the daughter who finally stopped paying than the mother who'd spent years pretending that daughter didn't exist. I hung up without answering her. So that afternoon, I opened my banking app. 14 months of transfers, rent, utilities, groceries. My mother's name attached to every single one. I started a new email. I added every relative who'd ever lectured me about loyalty. I attached the bank statements first, then the lease documents. My hands were steady. My mother had said I wasn't family in that house. Fine. I attached the audio file last, the one where she laughed and said paying rent didn't make me family, and hovered my finger over send. Full story on channel, link below.